Hey guys, how you doing? Everybody's been asking for the list that me and Danny have been playing for Golden Frieza, so me and Eddie are going to share it with you today. Everybody's seen the old Golden Frieza from set 1. It's a very simple ability. Sacrifice a Frieza army character, you get to draw a card and untap a land. A lot of people walked away from this ability because of Borgos, because of the new Whis, so they kind of got scared of it. But there's a lot of cards that answer it in the deck, and we'll go over that. Has the same Great Awakening ability of Draw 2, which is actually getting a lot better now with things like Slug and a lot of the discards that we're seeing. On the back side, does the same thing, but you get to untap 2, and it's just a regular draw card. So with that, that's the leader. So we're going to go over the event suite first. So me and Eddie, Eddie already made fun of me once, but there's only 2 Cold Bloodlusts in this deck. The deck is very much a tap-out deck. Cold Bloodlust is one of those cards that you're going to find because you're going to draw a lot of cards. You can go up to 3, but I think 2 is the right number because you're only using it from turn 3 onward. So you're going to find 1 or 2, and you're going to win the game before you need a third one. Okay. We have 3 times Magic. This is very much in a testing phase, but I wanted to get this guys out to you. We're between this and Nimbus. Times Magic, obviously free, and it helps defend against a lot of the decks that are out there right now, so we're playing Times Magic just because of the card advantage and being able to tap out. But Nimbus could be another card that we look at depending on how the format continues to grow.
I think that's the right choice too, because that's 100% how I beat the bro. Like every single time I was at the PPG tournament, the release tournament, I tooled all the Broly's and they used the secret and went down to 1. I'm like, okay, cool. I can either Bloodlust this, or I could just Time Magic. I let them pick their poison. Like it was super easy, man. I think that's the right choice. Time Magic.
So it's been the one that we've been going with so far, but like it can be interchanged between the 2 depending on how the format is. If you expect a lot of Super Shinron and the Storm kind of decks, then obviously you could replace. But this is the one that's been the best so far. The last event that we play is Frieza's Call. Frieza Call, I just look at this as just a 1-cost character. There's a lot of characters in this deck that it can grab, and usually when you're playing this card, you're going to get 2 cards of advantage every time you play it, as you'll see. I'll show you all the cards that it can grab as we go over. One of the things that we have to worry about, like I said, is those Borgos and those Whises and a few other 1-drops. We did have Fu in here to start with, but Mass Saiyan, I think he's going to make a strong comeback here over the next few months. This card's really dropped out of sight, but I think it's going to come back with how the format's defining now. The Warp is very good, and being able to get rid of the little guys that stop his ability is very much needed.
Alright, real quick on this Mass Saiyan, because I hate this deck. That's why I lost at the Kusa tournament. Guys, if you use Mass Saiyan and they have 2 Android 8s and 2 Gokus on board, if you wipe those 4 cards, they don't get to kill anything. They left the board simultaneously, meaning your Mass Saiyan just lasts and swings for double strike. So please buy these cards and eliminate this Kid Goku from my site, because I hate Goku now with a burning passion. Alright, go ahead, my bad.
No problem. Next thing we're going to go over is a little bit of the green package. Starting with the green package, we have 4 of the Infernal Emperor Frieza. This card really makes the deck run and allows you to awaken early and use the most out of your ability. This is usually the target you're going to first mulligan for. I'll show you the other card that you're mulliganing for. But you're trying to play as many of these and get as many attacks in as possible in the first 2 turns to awaken using this ability, and this card helps a lot. Usually, you can get 3 of these out within the first 2 turns. If they attack you once, you're going to awaken, so you're going to get to use your ability 3 times in 2 turns, which is why the card generates so much advantage. One of the things about this deck, and you'll notice, is it's a lot of incremental advantage. There's no huge OP plays. It's a very fair deck, but it builds on your opponent so much that they start to lose their hand, they end up with no hand, and then eventually you just take over the game.
Storm 2.0, folks, their creator, Colby Gerrish.
The next card that really makes this deck run that I think changed the view on this deck is this new Chili from the starter deck. She does so much. She comes into play, draws a card like a regular Boo or any of the cards that cycle themselves. She also has this amazing ability that is not once per turn and lets you grab any green Frieza's army character with cost 2 or less. So that means that you can go turn 1, you mulligan for this card, you drop it, draw a card, activate the ability, draw another card, so you get 2 cards of advantage off of this, untap, then you play her, and now you're setting up for your next turn where you can go yellow energy, use a Frieza's Call, get this, then sacrifice it, untap, tap your 2, get another one in your awaken. And now you can sacrifice it after you attack with it. So you get 3 attacks with a 10k and your awaken, and then you get to use some more stuff on turn 2. So there's a lot of mana advantages. And she has a lot of targets in the deck, as you'll see. The first target is herself, feature rare. You can KO a lot of guys very quickly, and you can set up. I only have 2 in here right now, because she's not a main target that I want to, because you have to KO a lot of cards, and I just want to go for the face on the leaders. So there's only 2 in here, but she can create a game state where you go and search out 2 of her, and then when you kill something, they lose 2 cards. She's very good. She's 15k. This card really makes the deck fantastic. So anytime you have a Chili in play, this card lets you discard a card on entrance. So what this card basically says is, for 2, I can search my deck every turn and then play it. Once I'm awakened, I can play 2 of these a turn. If I have this, I get to play another one. So if you can have turns where you just go 3 of these guys in the same turn, and they discard 3 cards. And then you'll see later in the deck you can keep cycling these cards, so you probably know what card's going to come up out of that. I think this card is great because not only does it come into play, sacrifice a card, but then they have to attack, defend a 15k attack. You get to sack, untap 2, right, and draw a card off it. Yep. So it makes a huge, like I said, incremental advantage. It's not a huge burst play, but it's incremental advantage that your opponent has to defend. Yep. Next thing that we're looking at in the green package is the surprise attack Frieza. So a lot of times with this deck, you can open up 1 drop, attack with that taps a dude, attack their weenie with your leader, and drop this, and you're crit attacking. You have 3 guys in play starting on turn 1 because of this guy. This card makes the deck run very well. It's also a free after they kill one of your little guys. You can always drop this guy into play, so you always have a target for his when they wipe your board. So this card makes the deck run a lot. It's a 15k crit attack that they have to defend. So anytime this guy turns sideways, they're losing a card. So we have to have more answers to the format. Like I said, Borgos is a big problem. So Whis will be a big problem. So you have to have your Ginyu Force and you have to have your Frieza, both tapping things. One thing is that you have FR Bearer. These guys are all searchable. You can search them with your Frieza's Call. That's why we're running more Frieza's Call than we normally would in this deck, so that you can always find these guys, and they answer all the problems that you may have that hurt your leader. And what's great is with Frieza's Call, they start off with a Borgos in play. You can Frieza's Call, play this guy, tap their Borgos, sack this guy, and then kill off their Borgos. So you don't lose any advantage of that play. Another thing that we kind of went weird on is I'm only playing 2 Friezas. I was up at 4. Then I went down to 2, and it's just because she has a lot of targets in the deck, but you usually want to charge green, and then you're charging double yellow, and she just doesn't have time to play because you're always charging. You'd rather search your deck for something than play her, and you just don't find it. And I'd rather play a Frieza's Call and find one of these guys or this. So she kind of got cut down. Like I said, we're still testing the numbers on this, so feel free if you want to go like this and kind of go 3-3 there, but I like the 2-2-2 package right now. Obviously, the super combo for the deck, the Doria, you can find it with your Frieza if you need it. You're going to draw into it. It's just the 2 costs. You can obviously, it's just a 10k draw combo. Nothing special about it.
That looks like my boy Juan Brand. Oh, snap.
So this is where the list gets a little bit different and kind of spicy. The reason the deck got built in the first place is because I wanted to find a use for this card.
Guys, you've been asking for a Broly use. You have right now, look at them, guys. Colby, Gerrish, giving you the use for Broly.
So we wanted to find an engine where we could use this guy. And obviously, paying 2 for this guy is very easy in this deck because you're going to drop a bunch of weenies. You can swing with a bunch of weenies to make sure that the ability gets off so that you can play him on a turn 2 or a turn 3 if you charge double yellow. His ability is fantastic of being able to tap down a guy. Being able to tap down a triple flash SS4 Goku, or tap down a Brawly, or top down multiple other threatening cards, it's fantastic. And it comes out for 2. Like, he's a 15k, he's a 4-drop, so he gets a lot of the commies that you might have to worry about and things like that in the deck. It's just an all-around good card. But the chain is where the deck really starts to shine, because you get to drop this, and then you get to go into the next part of the chain, which is the 7-drop for 2 energy. Yep. So what's fantastic about this deck is that on turn 3, you're going to start locking your opponent out of their energy, or out of their leader, whichever one you need to do. So on a turn 3, my normal play will be I have a green energy charge and 2 yellow energy charge. I'll do a bunch of stuff. Play this guy. Sack one of my dopes. Untap 2. Hold something down with this. Then evolve into this. And then tap down their leader or tap down their mana. So if I'm on the play and they have tapped their mana, they're going to only ever get to be in the game at 2 mana until they figure out a way to resolve this guy. So they never get to go past 2 energy.
That's pretty hard.
In the Janemba match, they don't get to mill me anymore because I take away their leader.
Yep.
They don't have a lot of ways of removing this guy if you start locking down their energy too, because they can't get to their 4-cost Janemba. He's 30k too, so he always makes multiple cards go away when he swings. And then lastly, part of the chain, we have 2 of the 9-drops. The 9-drop is fantastic because if your chain survives on turn 3, you get to tap down their leader or a land that they tapped, and then you also get to blow up a land that they tapped. So, like I said, once again, now they're have 3 energy. You blow one up, and you tap one down. So they're back at 2 energy again. So they never get out of that 2 energy lock, and you're just creating incremental advantage all the way through. Why they only get to play 1-drop or a 2-drop, and that's where the game comes in. This because the guy's got double strike, so he's usually the finisher.
Yep.
We have 1 Paragus. The Paragus is just testing. Like I said, this can be a lot of areas. I put it in here because it searches for the Brawly chain 5. It's better than searching with the Frieza because the Frieza can't find the Brawlies. He's also searchable by Chile. So it's just a one-off. It may move up as I experiment with the deck more, but he's been pretty good with the suite right here. And then last but not least is 2 Shinron.
Almighty Shinron.
Almighty Shinron's really fantastic in this deck.
Untap 4.
You can untap 4. You can cycle your lemons to start making them discard. You know, you can come and get your guys to make sure you lock them out, get all the problem cards off of here. But this is where the deck is. It's not a completed product like we usually come out with. I know you guys all want to see it because Danny won with it the other night. I won with it the other night. So it's a very good deck. It's not a very easy deck to play. There's lots of lines to play. And the better you know your matchup, the better the deck is because you can do a lot of things with the Brawly engine and you can do a lot of things with the Chili Lemon engine. I suggest everybody try it. I think it's a really fun deck. It's a shoot back. All the numbers aren't final, so please feel free to mix. You could probably go down to 3 each on here. But I like the full 4 because I like to get multiple chains going because if you ever get a double chain in like this, no one's beating
It's game, yeah, it's a game.
So it's a lot of fun. I suggest everybody give it a try. It's a little bit different than what's being played right now, but I think you guys would have a lot of fun with it.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, man. This is a spicy deck. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm looking at these cards. I'm definitely gonna hook you up with one of our sponsor sleeves to give you some shiny, prismatic, like looks at these common cards, my guy. But guys, don't forget, if you guys want these sleeves, go to prismaticdefender.com. Put in the promo code TEAMFO in all caps, and you'll get a discount. And coming from KTM's and Dragon Ball community's #1 card deck builder in the whole game. Once again, Colby Gerrish, man. Thanks, man.
Thanks.